I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I could do anything. My dreams were just... I had big dreams and they were a reality. Then they could come true. And they were all going to come true, so I thought. But it soon turned into a nightmare. Actually, all those dreams became one big nightmare. I first got into drugs at the age of about 23. 25, I had a habit on heroin. I'm 54 now. For 30 years I was on methadone, basically. And I came here in February. A friend of mine, which is Belinda, was going through the program, and she basically told me about it. I didn't know anything about it.
Anyone can end up with an addiction. Anyone can. Life circumstances can be horrific. You could lose a partner, you could lose a child, and lean too much on alcohol or a substance to cope and end up with an addiction. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means you're a person that's struggling.
The lowest point in my life would have been when I was probably about a month before I got locked up. I was flat out on drugs, every cent to drugs, stealing to get drugs. I was sleeping on the streets just because every time my mum would give me money for a room, I'd spend it on drugs. I had nothing. I was pretty much killing myself.
Addiction covers and entraps all walks of life, and the truth is there's a person in the middle. There's somebody's son, somebody's daughter stuck. There are treatment options that can help them. First Step can work hard at giving that person their best chance of living their best life, free of addiction.
Well, look, drug addiction strikes right across the socio-economic divide. And it can be private school kids who are dying on our streets as much as public school and kids from poor backgrounds. Of course, if your parents have got money, you can always find a way in to a program. What First Step was saying is here is a program for people who may not have money, may not have supports, may not have parents who can support them. So it's really important for business to say these are our young people and they are capable of great productive work, useful lives, if we get them rehabilitated.
The notion of offering a range of different sort of interventions out of the one centre makes a lot of sense to me, because people can build a relationship with the centre. They can get a medical intervention, get their counselling work done, have their legal issues addressed, have their mental health issues addressed out of one centre where they're comfortable coming.
So what I do is I engage with the client, discuss with the client the various services that they're engaging with the First Step program, speak to the consultants that they're engaging with the client's authority, and then ultimately collect all the reports and put them before the court on the day of their actual hearing. It means that the magistrate can see the journey that the client's gone on to effect some rehabilitation or total rehabilitation. Then the disposition can hopefully complement that rehabilitation program. So it's making sure that when you go to court, the magistrate's got all the necessary information before the court, so that they can then make a decision about an outcome for that client, which would hopefully further their rehabilitation and the great work that they're doing to try and resurrect their life or fix their life.
My job is to enable people to get back to being able to make choices about their life, healthy choices. And one way is to do the programs that we offer, get them in touch with counsellors if they want, get them in touch with employment opportunities, if that's appropriate for them. But the idea is to help them make healthier choices about their lives.
First Step's a non-government organisation. It's a private organisation which has to get its own money through fundraising and through patients who can pay. It's not trying to make a profit out of treating people, it's trying to get people well. First Step uses a combination of the routine counselling, which lots of other people or other services use, but in addition they use very clever medical treatment, medicines which can help block the effects of heroin, block the effects of craving, and that means that their treatments are incredibly effective compared with the routine treatments available. Now, it's about the only place in Melbourne or even in Australia which is using these treatments routinely for continuous treatment of patients over time. And then, of course, they've got their Second Step program, which is this fantastic combination of finding people jobs afterwards despite the discrimination. So First Step's a really unique organisation. It's not for profit. It's attempting to use modern neuroscience, brain science, to actually help people and treat people with addiction. So it's a first of its kind.
For people coming through the First Step program, we are able to, for some of them, people who are considered to be work ready and who would benefit from a supported employment opportunity, that's what we can give them. 12 months employment within a supportive environment where they are free to maintain their relationship with the counselling and support they get through the First Step program to get their feet under them and to get back into the workplace. Toll provides support for one aspect of the First Step clinic. Our relationship is significantly through the Second Step program, but we also provide some ancillary support and some infrastructure support. As the First Step clinic grows and is able to offer support for different aspects of people's recovery, there is a need for other support for those new programs. So there's plenty of room for other organisations to step in and participate as the support group for a particular program.
This is a really, really effective way of helping the community. The scourge of cannabis in relation to young kids and young adults who are still smoking, amphetamines, alcohol, and of course heroin and opiates like that. All of these illicit drugs cause immense problems in the community. So anyone who is supporting First Step is in fact helping the community very, very directly. How much difference would a small donation of 100, 200,000 make to a large organisation or to a bunch of trees? It might make some difference. How much would it make to a group like First Step? And the answer is a phenomenal difference in terms of what they could then achieve for the local population.
I think there wouldn't be a person in the community that doesn't know somebody that's got an addiction. I think anyone and everyone, if they really thought about it, would know an uncle or a brother or a friend that's struggling with an addiction at one point in their life. The reality is, people with chronic addictions, if you can help that person with the addiction get well, you're going to help a mother not worry so much. You're going to help a father not be concerned or waking up at 3 a.m. worried about their son or their daughter. You're going to help a friend that lost somebody. The real relationship that they used to have is gone because the person that they're in relationship is entrapped in addiction. You get that person well again, and 10, 20 people around them get a life again. For a corporate to fund First Step, the outcomes they'd get would be far greater than just giving some money. They'd be really helping a family get a son or a daughter back. They'd be really helping a child get their mum back fully functioning, get their son back fully functioning. It's amazing what can happen when someone gets well. It's amazing the difference you can make to a range of people's lives when somebody gets well and beyond an addiction.
just amazing. They've given me the gift of recovery, and I am so grateful for that, because I wouldn't be here 8 months down the track if it wasn't for everyone at First Step.
My mum's wrapped. I've built up a friendship with my mum again and my grandma, and my sister still don't talk to me, but give it time.
On Tuesday, Belinda and I take a trip to Queensland for 2 weeks. I wouldn't have had money to do that. So, yeah, I feel really good, really proud.